Okay. So we'll start before starting this workshop, especially on mental health and well-being. I would like to introduce myself and thank you so much for joining this workshop. Meanwhile, people will start. I mean, they will be joining. Generally, it happens like first 5 minutes probably like they will start joining and then they will get settled down. I also request you to get settled down because this workshop where we'll be talking about mental health, well-being, and also how yoga can actually help to achieve that mental well-being and you know uh, mental health. How we can actually work on the mental health. This is really vast topic. Covering in one workshop, I would say, yeah, I'll try my best to do it. But the thing is, it's not so easy. Yeah. So I have been myself, I am Sugam Kumar, co-founder of Varenyam. We started Varenyam with the same vision, like, spreading the technique, ancient technique of maintaining the well-being of individuals and, the group as well. And when we talk about, well-being, there are a lot of different factors. There are a lot of different topics that we have to cover inside. We have been working on few other stuff to maintain well-being. And in that, we have found mental well-being is one of the most important thing because that affects everything, everywhere. I mean, so someone who is, engaged in weight loss or someone who is engaged in nutrition and some other goals we have to achieve all those goals, one thing which is really very important, we can't discount on the importance of mental well-being. So this way we have been discussing, and in yoga also it is the major. The mental part, mental well-being is the major part. I will also try to understand other, part in the well-being factors like how yoga define it. Then you will find actually the mind is most important thing. And also, if we look into the medical science perspective, we'll find like yeah, in the entire body, the brain is the most important thing. And somehow we correlate brain and mind together, right? Generally, and also like major part of our mind is in brain. So we have to understand both the side, the physical aspect, the mental aspect as well. And so if we'll try to cover all those. So we have started Varenium for the same purpose. And then myself, I am in this industry from past 7 years, and I have been conducting different workshops. I've been teaching yoga, I've been teaching meditation, and if my side, like I have been working more on the mental part than the physical part. So that's that way I can say like okay, this is my basically it's my interest area. So and also have gone through scientific studies on mental well-being, the ancient techniques, how to maintain it, the research and all. And even there are some topics which still the subject of research. I mean, those topics are still in the research, and some of the topics are there that we have not yet started researching on that, but we need to do it. So we'll try to cover almost everything, but also when we'll be concluding it, we'll try to get something out of this workshop, which will actually help us to learn it, to implement in our day-to-day activities, our in day-to-day, practice. We'll move forward, mental health and well-being. So there are a few topics, important topics like importance of mental health and well-being, scientific science of meditation, and exploring technique of meditation. So I'm keeping more on the meditation part, but yes, because like to do meditation, to get educated in meditation, there are the other stuff also. Like we'll be discussing about those as well. So what is the importance? Basically, if importance of, we have to understand the importance of mental health and well-being. These are two different topic, but correlated. This is what we have to understand. So well-being, when we say well-being, it's more about the entire, like it's not only the mind, but also the body, the emotional layer, the other stuff also, definitely majorly covers. But mind is one of the important part. Okay, because like mind helps you actually to maintain all the other stuff in the well-being part. In general, what happens, we actually address the problems in our 20s or probably 30s, but we need to take care of it even in the early age. I mean, the kids are also getting, suffering with this, mental health related problems, but we generally discount on that. We don't actually find it and we don't care about it much. Then, once we get in, because like here, in the mid age, we face a lot of problems because of that. But when we are kid, or in the childhood, basically we don't see it a major, because like it's a small, like there our responsibilities are small. Our you know day-to-day activities are not that important, but definitely there are few things which need to be established when we are building our fundamentals in any subject. If you go in any subject, the fundamentals are more important. But what happens in general, like when we try to actually work on the fundamentals, we generally miss few things. These days, especially before, in the early age, it was so important, because the whole system, the family system, the education system, everything was actually crafted based on this. They were taking care of more, they were giving more importance to mental health, they were giving more importance to well-being. But these days we started discounting, because we have been see, like in general, what happens, if something is good with you, you will rarely actually try to care of that. If something is not good, then you will focus on that. So we started discounting, and somehow at some age in 90s, what happens, I mean, we were very less, we were giving importance to those things. But in 20 and 21st century and now onward, it again started emerging, because the people started addressing, they started realizing, experiencing it, because they have seen there are so many roadblocks. Because if someone is not actually healthy, mentally healthy, or if they are mentally facing some challenges, then they see more challenges than the someone who is sound, I mean, mentally sound. So this way the research started turning to that part, and then they started exploring. And what happens, like after that, the scientists, the research scholars, they started experiencing, understanding the importance of yoga, importance of meditation, importance of all the ancient techniques and practices that we have been doing, that was closely, strongly connected with our culture. So that way, these are the important part. We should not discount on mental health, we should not discount on our well-being. We should take care of it first. I mean, personally, I feel like that should be the first priority than anything else. Moving next. We'll try to understand a scenario here. Okay, I want you to keep your attention here, focus on these slides. I'm not going to much describe things, but I want you to look at this picture, and then we'll be moving forward, and just give attention to your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts, like what you are thinking after looking at the picture, what comes in your mind. So this is like, in general, we all are like this. Okay, so if you look at yourself or look at someone else, like we all somehow, somewhere feel puzzled, like, confused, puzzled. So this way, I mean, and that's basically the major challenge. We are discussing about mental health, well-being, and now the thing is, why we are discussing, because this is the situation everyone face every day, somehow, sometimes, some of the times. There are people who have been practicing, have been trying to take care of themselves. They might feel less puzzle than someone who have been more engaged socially. Sometimes we all feel, right? If you're more engaged, if you're more social, then you will feel sometime like, oh, this is too much now, I should I should stop getting social, and should spend some time alone. But someone who is staying alone, they feel like, oh, now I need to go out and be little social. I need to get connected with the people, because I'm still struggling. So what happening there, first scenario, where they were more social, but they were feeling puzzled. And then second scenario, where they are alone, and then they are again feeling puzzled. Why? The reason is why. We need to understand why, and also need to understand the reason, the problem, like why they are facing it. Okay? One is thinking that need of getting social, the other is thinking need to get alone. So then we need to understand the whole scenario, like how it is happening, why it is happening, and what is the major problem. Okay, moving next. So from this, try to look at this picture. Okay, so probably like I want you to process it. Ignore my instructions, ignore my explanation more. Just focus on the picture and process what kind of thoughts you're getting right now. This will be kind of exercise. I want you to be more engaged rather than, and so think of it, this picture, look at this picture, think of it like what kind of thought you're getting right now, what you're understanding out of this picture. Now this. So you have seen we were here, then this is something that happening with someone. So let's imagine yourself, this and then this. From here, the next step, this. This is the next step, this. And now what you're thinking. What happened with you? This was you just, let's say, a minute before. Then you did something. This was the whole steps you have been following. This is what I'm presenting right now. It's an overview of the whole presentation right now, the whole workshop right now. This is you still. And now this is you. So now just think of it like from, the stage one to this is the final stage. In between, you did something, whatever you did, we'll discuss about like what we did to get to there. This is the whole process of a human, of a person. If you want to resolve your problem, if you want to take care of your mental well-being, if you want to actually resolve your mental problem and, solve it, this will happen. So first, in the first scenario, in the first stage, you are puzzled here. There's so many thoughts. There's so many. See, like there can be reason, multiple reasons. But the thing is, this is the situation. We are puzzled. We don't know which thought are connected to which is part of which compartment. We don't know. Everything seems like dumped. Like we have a, stack of this kind of, kachara, and then this is the whole scenario. Even the beautiful thoughts now behaving like something part of some dustbin, right? This is what we have stored, but not arranged. Now, what you need to do, you don't need to take care. I mean, you don't need to run away. You don't need to actually separate yourself. You only need to take this puzzle thing out of your mind. Still, this is you, the right side, and this is what actually bothering you, troubling you, creating all those problems, struggles, barriers, everything. It was just the thoughts, it was just some of the reasons you have been giving yourself or someone giving to you. Can be anything. Any reason, can be any reason, but the thing is, it was this, that only. Now what you did something and you have resolved it. You have organized it. Before it was looking some messy, and now it is looking so arranged here, the right side. But the thing is, you are not throwing it away. What you're doing, you're resolving it. This is what happens in general. Whenever we try to come out of that situation, what we do, we generally from here we try to throw it out. It will not go away. It is your part. It is your part. It is your. So it will not go away. What you should do? Should resolve it. Should arrange it. But how? That technique we'll learn. And then once you have arranged, then you realized this was you, because it is a brain. I wanted to show you mind, but mind is not a physical substance. So I have to present it in a brain. So this is a brain. This is you. Okay. You missed here. This is important what you need to do. You have to realize this is your part. So you have resolved, you have now settled it down in your brain, and now you're putting it back. Now it is resolved. Now you're putting it back. Now you'll feel like, okay, you're done. The problem is gone. So where was the problem? The problem was this. This was the problem. You were not probably not, you don't know how to do it, how to organize it, or probably you were not doing it, but you wanted to do it, but you were not doing it, or maybe you don't know the technique that we will learn today. Okay. So this is the whole scenario. Now I want you to take a moment, think of it properly. Okay. Figure it out. Close your eyes, get in all in your mind, think of that situation. Are you puzzled? Which are those things? Just keep in your mind, because during the presentation only, during this workshop only, I want you to work out. Should not be the only slide presentation, but I want you to take action right now. Okay. So close your eyes, think of it. Let's have a minute, think of it. So I'll keep myself on mute. I'm giving you time, a minute. Close your eyes and think of it. Very good. Doing great. I know we all must have got some of the thoughts which have been bothering us. We must have seen this part in our brain, in our mind, basically. And now we are in the process of doing this and reaching to this situation. Okay. So before doing that, before learning the techniques, before practicing it, before resolving it, first we have to understand where we are going, what we have to organize, what we have to manage, what is the structure, basically. So the mind actually divided in the three different part for the understanding. So yoga basically is actually science when you are learning, and it is art when you are doing it. When you are doing it, it's an art, but when you are learning, it's a science. To make it simple to understand, we have to organize it or we have to present it in some way. So that's why we are keeping it separate. So you see, the left side is a conscious mind. Okay. This is the one part of your mind, the conscious, which is actually making you be aware of things around you, maybe present, your past, or your future, whatever it is. It is somehow the part of you which is keeping, which is, taking your attention and making you think of something which is related to your past or present or future, whatever it is. It's a good or bad, we are not getting in that subject. Like how, and we are not also trying to define it or give a tag to something which is good or something which is bad, but this is something whatever is there inside. So this is the outer layer, or I'm not presenting it in that way. I want you to actually understand it this way. This is one part of your mind, conscious mind. You're getting thoughts, jump, those thoughts are landing here in your conscious mind. Is it triggering something? Yes, then also it is, but those thoughts are landing here. Is it the thoughts you have generated? No. But somehow, some way it got, I mean, you have attracted it. Maybe can be the reason of your, I mean, magnetic field or whatever. Those explanation we are not getting in. Those are the deep, definitely deep explanation and, subject. But yeah, so overview we have to understand here. So there is one part of you is called conscious mind. So conscious mind where all the thoughts will come. To summarize it, to keep it brief, I'm just telling you, explaining it this way. The other part is the unconscious mind, basically, which take care of your habits, which actually develop a thought process, or or kind of persona for you, or let's say a blueprint for you. Like you have seen something. The best example is a glass of half glass of water. So if someone is asking you, like, tell me about the glass of water, some people will say like, okay, so it's a full of water, and someone say like, okay, the half is empty, the half is full. I mean, you must be knowing it, right? So the thing is, it's your perception. Where you're building your perception here, and how you're building your perception, it's all learning process. Unknowingly or knowingly, you are training yourself each and every second. In spirituality, somehow we address it as like Chitragupta, who actually knows everything about whatever we are doing, whatever we are thinking, whatever, even like sometimes, right, happens. I mean, there are rules we are following. Sometimes we say like, okay, it's a cheat day. Okay, no one looking at me, so I can actually do a little bit. I can skip a little bit. But someone inside which is taking care, which is actually maintaining all the logs, all the activity logs. This is the unconscious mind. It taking care of each and every action you're taking, each and every thoughts what you're getting, your willingness, your interest, wherever it is going. It's a good or bad? No, I'm not putting anything here. It's a good thing you're thinking or bad thing you're thinking, good thing you're doing or bad thing you're doing, whatever you're doing. It's a good or bad, doesn't matter. But this thing, which does not keep any tag there, but it is tracking each and everything, each and everything. If you're feeling jealous, it will be tracked here. You're thinking bad, if you're cursing someone, curse, it will be recorded here. Whatever it is, it will be recorded here. And then after combining all this, it will create a kind of, blueprint for you, which will represent you. Who are you? Who is creating your identity here? You are creating your identity here. You're keeping everything here, and that's building your identity. Based on your identity, this is what you create your own perception. What is how you're looking at things, your view angle, right? So this is what we are training ourselves each and every second, and this is related to everything which is whatever happening in our life. Your decision making is also affected by this unconscious mind. That's why it's called unconscious. Unknowingly you're doing, but you're doing whatever is built here based on this. So this is taking care, this is basically controlling your whole life, whatever is happening with you, how you're taking the decision. If someone can hack your unconscious mind, that that guy can control you. Okay? That can actually do make you do anything. If someone can get access to your unconscious mind, they can control you. Okay? This is what happens in general. Unknowingly, if we don't take care of it, then it happens, the problem happens there. Someone hurts, why they're getting hurt. Someone cheat, how they cheat, because they have somehow cracked this, your habits, basically your routine, or let's say whatever. But they somehow know you. How to know you? If I know your unconscious mind, I can say, look, I know you. Okay, so this is how to understand someone. It is important to understand their unconscious mind. Okay, so now we are getting in the third part, which is really very interesting. I know here we all feel like some kind of, oh, like it's not good actually. Basically, we don't like someone to actually get into this. I don't like I will not like someone to access my unconscious mind. No one likes it. It's a privacy area. But the third one is really very interesting. It's a superconscious mind. And this is the structure. This is only important. This is enough. If you want to resolve yourself, this is enough only. If you understand all these three, you'll probably understand the problem, the superconscious mind. The superconscious mind, somehow you can say the union of all the minds, or let's say in somehow we say like, okay, the divine consciousness. This is divine consciousness. The superconscious mind is part of divine consciousness. So divine consciousness means like, sometimes we feel we are getting intuitions, let's say some divine energy guiding me, or sometime even you're not able to do something or not able to understand. Probably you're not, capable of understanding few things or doing or making decisions, but somehow something which is helping you, guiding you in any way. Suddenly, what happened? There can be anything, but something is coming in your mind, some intuitions you're getting, and you're making your decisions even though you were not sure 100%. But and then it turned as a good decision, right? So this is super conscious mind. You can also say like the blessings you're getting here there while making your decisions, it's all happens in your superconscious mind. So this is the whole structure of your mind basically. And now the good thing is, now you know yourself, now you know your mind. Okay, so you have conscious mind, unconscious mind, and superconscious mind. The process, what happens generally, the all thoughts will jump here. The thoughts will be here only. They'll be jumping here and there, but they will be here only. If you give more attention to your conscious mind, you will feel a lot of, bombardment of thoughts. It's hard. 60,000 thoughts a day you get, or maybe more. And someone who is overthinker, probably they'll be getting more than 60,000 thoughts. We get 60,000 thoughts in a day. but rarely we give attention to thousands. Even thousands is very, I mean, huge. Like even probably what I feel like 60 to 70 thoughts, that's you actually register. Basically, you actually, you know, understand like what you're getting, but you're getting a lot of thoughts every day. It's like, you're standing, at the bank of river, and the, kind of the stream passing by you. I mean, you are experiencing it. So that's how it happens. Thoughts are basically the waves. So as like, yeah, I mean, we all living on earth, waves will be going through us. So this is how the conscious mind is something through that thought pass. Okay. Thought need medium, and the conscious mind is the medium for that. Generally what happens, we get stuck with some thoughts, but thoughts should be moving. So you got a thought, now you need to take action. If you take action and if it become a routine or probably a habit for you, then it will get registered in your unconscious mind. You start giving more attention, more than action. If even if start you if you got serious about some thought, then it will become part of, somehow it will become part of unconscious mind. It's very hard to register in unconscious mind, and it's again very hard to erase from the unconscious mind. This is the hardest part in the mental well-being. If you're going through a process of maintaining, improving, will understand like what are the stage, then that will be the most, tough part of the journey, going through the unconscious mind. It's like a completely, a dark room. You don't know which corner, how big it is, but you have to jump in, and then you need a some, torch light that will understand what will be the torch light for you actually to get in the unconscious mind and erase it. Erasing is hard. Registering is also hard. In general, it's take 21 days for someone to register it. Register means like, to adopt a habit, make it part of someone identity. Okay. So that's generally take 21 days. And also a lot of dedication you need as well, to get into it. Super conscious mind is something like, you have to be very polite, have to be feel, connected with the supreme power, God, like your belief or whatever. So some people, they are dedicated to their profession, then their profession, basically that also comes under the superconscious mind itself. Okay. Like in yoga, there is a saying like, there is a sloka called yoga karmasu kauslam. That one sloka itself defining the whole system. Okay. So the yoga is action, which is becoming part of you, and then you become, excellence. You get the excellence. That is the superconscious mind. Anything, if you anyone who have mastered anything, that will get registered there in superconscious mind. That will become part of this, super consciousness. I can say to relate, to make it easy for you to understand that superconscious mind basically is a part of superconsciousness. So if you get excel, if you get basically, master of something, it will become part of that. So every time those skills, those skills, those habits, those, techniques will help you like God. If someone is able to hold their breath for 5 minutes, they will not die if they dive in for 5 minutes, right? Someone saved who? That skill saved. So this is what happens. Anything you master, it become, then it get values equal to the God, equal to the superconscious consciousness, or divine energy or superpower, whatever you say. Okay. Now we're moving next after understanding. What I mean, what is our mind? We'll move next. The next thing is, if you look at this part, okay, now what you see here, there are three circles, right? They're intersecting in some places. There are some common area, but there is common area for all these three: conscious mind, unconscious mind, and superconscious mind. Okay, this we have to understand. So I want you to answer what is this. Okay, but probably not now, but definitely I want you to answer it. So keep in your mind like what will be your answer. At the end of the session, I'll be, asking you about this. So now we have to understand one more thing is the power of mind and the power of imagination. When we are trying to, heal, we're trying to maintain the mental well-being, through yoga, we need to understand mind is very powerful. It's very, very powerful. Even Srimad Bhagavad Gita is also saying about that. It's so hard actually to hold, I mean, sometimes we, in general, what we say, like we got out of mind. So this out of mind situation is this what? Because the mind is so powerful, then major generally what happens, we just lose it. Sometimes we get under mind's control. Mind is not under your control. You are under mind control, right? So we'll also understand like how what is the control mechanism, how we actually do it. And also the second thing is the power of imagination. All the puzzled, right? All the puzzle what we see here, it is only because of the imagination. It is right or wrong, but this is just the result of the imagination. Okay. That imagination can actually make resolve it. At the same imagination can actually, you know, keep I mean, mess there, right? Make it messy. So the imagination is very powerful. Okay. If you ask a kid what they want to be, they will answer you like they want to be a scientist or some profession they, I mean, what they admire, they really feel like, okay, it's a great thing to do. They will answer you that way. But generally, slowly as they get mature, they feel like, oh, it's so hard, I can't do it. Because they have imagined initially when they were not doing, they were in the journey, they have imagined. Now after going through the journey they felt, okay, this is what I'm my imagination, which is not going to happen, and then their imagination will change. Now that is impacting. So imagination is very powerful. That gives you confidence. That's only help you a lot throughout this journey. Okay, so we'll try to understand like what are the power. Now, after understanding the problem, after understanding, so I hope like the way I have presented you the problem, you actually can correlate and can understand the whole scenario, because taking each and every problem in mental well-being kind of workshop and all is so hard because it's more personal than kind of I can't make it generic. There are a lot of problems, and there are a lot of problems yet we have not addressed, yet we don't know about it much about it. Okay, but people, I mean individuals, they are facing. So as long as we get the term for that, we'll not basically count it. Okay, now what we need to just heal, but healing should happen every day. For maintaining your mental well-being, your health, mental health, you need to do every day, because it should be part of you. It should be in your habit. It should be in your action each and every second. There are a few things which are more important. Definitely, the other things are also important, but these are really, really more important that I really want to discuss with you. So the whole journey in this is like this in the fourth stage. Okay. So first, if there is a problem, you need to cure yourself. We need to find a practice basically which can actually cure it, which can actually resolve it, solve the problem first. Once you have solved the problem, then you have to maintain it. You have solved. If you're not maintaining it, then you will get back to the same stage. This is a loop. This is also known as chittavritti. It's a loop basically. You will start from the same stage, you will resolve it, and again you will come back to the same stage. So what we need to do, we need to resolve it first. So cure, then second stage in maintain. Then probably you need to change some of the practices, and you need a new practice which can actually maintain your mental well. And then after maintaining, you need to improve. You should not be there itself. If you are in maintenance for a long time, then probably this is not a good thing. This is not a good idea. Now from maintenance we need to move to the improvement. We need to change few things in our practice, in our habits. These are like class. So let's say if you are in intermediate, now then you have to get in the degree, the graduation, then you need to get in the master, then you need to get in the PhD, right? So same way, it should not be in the same class, right? So that's why maintenance. From maintenance, you need to craft some practice for you which can actually give you the improvement. Now you're improving your mental health. Mental health means capability. You're improving your mental capability. Before it was like, okay, now this is me. Now this is me pro. We have, right? So like the pro version, pro plus, all this. We need to improve. And once we have improved, again, there is chance of going back to the same stage. And as long as we actually, evolve ourselves. Evolution is important. So evolution give you survival. If you are not evolving from one one stage to the other stage, then you will not be basically surviving for long, because nature, you know, the rule of nature is it's keep changing. It is not the same every day. Even you, we, no one is same every day, right? The millions of cells dying every day. We are renewing ourselves every 7 years. Each and every cells what we have, we lose the footprint of those cells. So if you look at that way, each and every second you see around yourself, everything is evolving. Evolution is the ultimate goal. So from cure, we need to reach to the evolved part. Evolved version, and once you are reaching to the evolved, then you need some practice which can actually help you to evolve. Once you have evolved, you'll not go back to the same stage, will not face the same problem, right? That will be a new version of yourself, updated version of yourself. And then this process should continue. You should keep evolving yourself. If you get some problem, cure it, maintain yourself some time, after cure, then improve and then evolve again. Keep evolving every day. So this is the whole roadmap. Okay. Now we'll discuss. There are three things which are important in maintaining the mental health and well-being. One definitely is a meditation. Meditation, the easiest way actually to help you maintain, improve, and evolve in all the four stages. This will help you a lot. Meditation, yes, but the thing is, it's not the same meditation will help you in all the four stage. Probably you need to change few things. Okay, I said what power of mind and power of imagination. So this two thing will help you a lot here. The mind which was taking you in the disaster, which was pulling you in the disaster situation, the same mind will help you to evolve, to take you, you know it will actually help you to fly. One which was becoming obstacle for you, the same thing will start pushing you forward, moving you, helping you move forward, helping you achieve whatever you want to achieve in your life. And the second thing is the self study. Self study is also important because meditation, see, where you will understand that what are the mistakes you're doing. That self studies this self study only can actually help you to understand. So generally, what happens when we discuss self study, we just go back to our intermediate and kind of matriculation, those classes. Like we think of, oh, I need to study my subject by myself. Yes, this is the same, but the subject is different. Now you are the subject. The problem, what happens, we always start with the big problem. In self-study, you should start with the small. First, you need to understand few things, the small mistakes you're doing, not about the big. Let's say let's say like there are three mistakes. One is smaller, one is kind of, bigger than the smaller, and the last one is the blunder. You're doing blunder. No, don't go on, don't try to work on the blunder part. Start with the small steps, baby steps. And there you need self-control. We lose self-control in general. This is the biggest challenge, starting. When you try to heal yourself, the problem is for day one, the day one when you try to heal yourself, what happens, we do one day and then we expect the whole problem should get solved. Does not happen. First day it will be trial. The problem will check you. You're trying to solve the problem. Now problem will check your capability, your patience. So you try, get fail, accept it. Try again, get fail, accept it. Let's say you're trying to build a habit. You tried first day. Okay, it done. Now second day done. Third day you started getting bored. Now you started stopping doing it. Then after a week, what will happen? You will feel like, oh, I have stopped doing it. This is a failure. Now you have accepted the failure. Now you're living with the failure. And then in those stage, what will happen? There will be one thing called fear of failure. That will be harming you a lot. Then taking the action. Accept it. You have been doing mistakes. Now you're trying not to do the mistakes, and again you're doing. What's the difference? The difference is you're trying not to do it, but again you're doing. No, that's not a problem. 1% progress in general, in my experience, I have seen. So even there is a 1% 1% achievement, or let's say you did 1%, you have solved 1%. You should appreciate yourself and treat that 1% as 100%. Where you were not doing anything, now you tried, you started thinking. Even I do appreciate myself when I just think of it. Even I have not took any action, but I have thought of, I started thinking on that. I started planning for it. Yeah, I have not executed, no problem. For some people, it will take 1 month. For me, even it is taking 5 years, that's not a problem. It's me. So if it is happening with you in the initial stage, accept it. Believe in yourself and take it like, even if it is gonna take my entire life, I'm ready to give it, but I wanna really wanna solve it. If you take this approach, believe me, you'll become unstoppable. You'll start controlling yourself. This is, you won. Now you won 1%, you won. Now you should appreciate it, celebrate it. So if you start celebrating a 1% progress, believe me that when it will turn in 100%, you will not know, and you will resolve it quickly. So this is the most important thing, even in meditation also. In general, I have seen people like, in general, what happens, they start with the 30 minute, they start with the 50 minute, they try to become master like a monk. And what happens after a month or 2 months or 5 months, they stop doing it. Why? Because they have set the target. They have set the target that I want to achieve that, the big one. They don't want to achieve the 1 minute meditation. If someone asks me like how I should start, I would say like, okay, start with the 1 minute and 5 minute meditation. That is enough for you. If it is look like a task, that's okay. Do it. If you're just, doing the routine kind of homework, do it, no problem. But start doing it. Suddenly, someday, somehow, you will feel a push. Like I always give an example of, boiling water. When you are heating it up, it will not vaporize. After some time, it will start vaporizing. But until it is vaporizing, you need to keep patience and you need to keep trying. You need to maintain the same heat continuously until it start vaporizing. So hold yourself, keep doing it and celebrate until it's vaporizing. Keep celebrating. At least you are putting the heat. At least you are moving forward. At least you are putting your part, and let it get done. Because you is not complete you. You is mix of a lot of things. Like there is a nature, there is family, there is a relation, there is I mean, your past. There are a lot of factors in that. You don't know which one is holding you there. So what you can do? You can just keep pushing yourself. So that is what self-study is also like. Self-study actually helps you to understand those. Self-study helps you to understand. It helps you to maintain that motivation. It helps you to understand. It helps you to actually appreciate you, that 1% part. How you'll realize that you did 1% and how you'll start celebrating that. Self-study will help you. There are numbers of stories who have transformed themselves completely from, being nothing to become great in their life. They all have gone through the same journey, and everyone have to go through the same journey. There's no different journey for everyone, whoever it is. For everyone, the journey will be same, but everyone has to maintain that. So if you do self study, then you'll realize, then it will happen like, then self realization will happen. That is enough. That is the goal. You should realize every day that you are working out on yourself. Every day, small target every day, a routine every day, continuously. That's what I said before that. Healing every day. This is the part of healing. You need to put yourself in charge. Keep it every day. You use phone, mobile phone, it get discharged. You put it in charge. Are you not doing it every day? You're doing it. Then why you're not doing with yourself? Like we all need to put ourselves in charge every day, every day, every day. But definitely approach should be little bit different. So if you have been curing yourself, once you have cured, you should change it. You should need to get in the next class. Should not be in the same class. Improve, change, do the changes. And it's all personal. We cannot, this journey is yours, not someone else's journey. So you need to work out on yourself and craft your own practice. Everything is, resources are available. There are so many asanas. There are so many pranayam. There are so many meditation. I will discuss about it. There's so many, but do you really need to practice all of that? No. Then what? You need to figure it out. Learn. When you're learning, it's a science. So learn all, whatever you can learn. Now, then decide. When it's an art, you need to figure it out. So craft your own art. Like this is what. So in the whole journey, this is what self-study will help you. It will help you to move from step 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and then it will help you to evolve. This should happen. So now, third one is speaking out. I mean, I what I mean by speaking out, I don't, really want you to go and loudly say it like, but I mean to say speak out is like, communicate with the people. What they will feel doesn't matter. I mean, wherever you feel like you have a strong bond, do it. Somewhere people they feel strong bond with their, I mean, God, wherever they worship, the belief, wherever they have, probably their parents, their friends, whoever is there for you. Speak out, talk to them, discuss. Not about your situation, but about the bothering, whatever you're bothering you, discuss. Get the other point of view so that it will actually help you to look at the same thing from the different perspective, from the different point of view. The same thing, it's a positive and negative, it's depend on us only. Okay. So after that, okay, so understanding the meditation, there are techniques, we'll discuss about the technique definitely. So these are not a big challenges. Meditation, asanas are not big challenges. We can learn it, but approach is a big challenge. Consistency is a big challenge. These are the major issues that we need to address these days. Okay. Everything is available there, but how to craft it, how to utilize it. Tools are there, but we need to get master of tools. Okay, so in yoga, there are a lot of tools. Asanas, pranayama, mudra, there are a lot of tools. We need to understand how to master it and how to implement it, how to craft it. So that's why we are discussing about this. Self-study, we need to do it. Where we'll find the self-study things, like there are Upanishads, which are really, really great. Other than that, the self-help books are there. Whatever suits you, whatever you like, whatever motivates you, doesn't matter who is the author. The important thing is what is the content and how it is. If it is suitable for you, you should go for it. Okay, and then definitely we need to speak. Everyone need to speak. If you're not speaking, it's not gonna mean, because then you will be in your own world. Then you will not get chance of looking from the other perspective. So we need to speak on that. Then science of meditation. It's a really, really important thing. We need to understand there are stages in meditation. Okay, so in general, what happens? The meditation is a science and the art as well. Like science, when we are understanding learning, meditation, we need to learn it. We need to understand it. We need to study about meditation. And then only we'll be able to actually utilize it. Okay. So there are so many research happened, especially before doing research on asanas, people started doing research on meditation. It's not a new thing. It's a very old thing. They have been doing from 90s. Okay. And they have found every time they have found some interesting thing. So meditation actually start with understanding the situation. In the meditation, science of meditation, the first thing is the body, stage of your body. Like what? So we all need to actually understand the body is more important. So spinal cord is one of the important part while doing meditation. We need to keep it erect. We all know like brain is related to, directly related to spinal cord. And in the deep, science of meditation, we understand there are chakras. Definitely, all these chakras are correlated with the spinal cord. So, what happens in general when you start, getting in meditation? When you start doing meditation, your body get relaxed, all the hormonal system basically. Because see, physically, if you look at yourself, and if someone get emotional damage or mentally feel challenges or struggle, it's all happening definitely because of the hormonal disorders. Hormones are actually playing all this stupid, they are playing stupid with us. I mean, they are only tricking us. Everything is happening because of that, those chemical reaction happening inside. But how we can actually control, manage, or improve it? How we can actually take the advantage of it, not get the disadvantage of those hormones. So getting in the meditative states actually helps you to organize, balance, and synchronize all the glands, and balance the hormonal system. So once it get balanced, the second thing what happens, then your neurons get reorganized. Each and everything what we have inside our body, like even the thoughts, they all are related. They all are basically done by the neurons only. So physically, neurons are the more responsible for whatever happening with us. definitely we are also damaging those neurons. That's why they are, so like they are again coming, doing all this with us. Definitely. So when we slowly start doing meditation, our neurons get reorganized. You will feel good. The feeling of, the good feeling is why it is happening, because all those reactions, chemical reactions are changing inside. You started feeling, but imagination. So meditation will start with the imagination. You will start imagining. The imagination will happen first. From being in the worst situation to imagination, your imagination is being in the good situation is the first stage. What happens? This is what happens with you. So when you sit down, keep your spine straight. Why we are keeping our spine straight? Even sitting down or even lie down, also you can lie down and do the meditation. What happening basically? You will be having, enough basically oxygen there in your brain, so that the imagination should keep going. It should actually help you to bring all this good feeling with you, and this help you to actually get into it. And then what will happen, that you will get slow down. Then you'll start actually experiencing your thoughts, then those which have been coming. And so before, your enemies, they were hiding. Once you started doing meditation, they came. You put a spotlight on those thoughts. Then those thoughts will come, and then you will start resolving it. Then you will get inside the dialogue with yourself. Then you will experience there is two part, two different side of you only. One who is showing the problem, one is resolving it. So that is how the brain works. Basically, the mind actually start making copy of you and working on that, those thoughts. Sometimes we also lose patience there. We see one thought and then we just started, we go behind the other thought, and then again we get puzzles. So that time, this breathing helps you a lot. So breathing slow, which actually will help you to concentrate and resolve. But also you have to you have to, be in that situation, like supervision situation, or probably the third person situation, where you have to see yourself. Let's say if I just tell you, like in meditation, let's say my imagination is like I'm sitting in front of myself, and I'm looking at myself and thinking of like this person, what are the problems this person facing. And fortunately, I have access to that. I have access to this person unconscious mind that we were discussing in the beginning, right? Then solving the problem will become very easy, because you will not take anything personal that time, because the third person view, right? So whatever, if you did mistake, doesn't matter. It was meant to be, it was meant to happen, it happened. So what? Next. This approach we have to take. This is the approach. See, like the good thing about the ancient, basically the science and the philosophy is like we believe that we are in a journey and have changed so many bodies like this, have lived so many life like this. So what? This life is struggling with this. I need to resolve it, and we'll try to resolve it. We'll try to overcome this suffering. So this is approach. This approach is more important. What happens once you start doing this, when you start meditating, state of your brain also changes. You know, it will start producing a different rays, alpha state. When you are slow down, you are concentrated, you are focused, you are deep in. Slowly, the sense of the outer world will be slowly disappearing, and then you will realize who is important. You. If you are not there, then what is the meaning of this world? The realization, the self, the original experience of you will start happening to you. That, viewpoint, that perspective will help you a lot to resolve a lot of problems which appear to be a problem, even that is not a problem. Let's say there is only one problem, but because you are puzzled, this problem is engaged with all the situation, and then you're feeling, oh, now we have multiple problems, let's say thousands of problems. But if you can resolve that one root problem, then all the problem will disappear. That realization will happen when you will be in the meditative state. So that is the science of meditation, which actually takes you from a state of your mind to the other state of your mind, where you can see everything in a controlled scenario. Like, so that is the control environment, because that is your world. You have been in your world. Now the struggle is between your world and the outer world. Now there, that is only your world. There is no outer world. There is no intervention of those outer. So you can easily do that. You can do all the operations, whatever you want to do. So now, so there are so many different things as well in the meditation, science of meditation. Definitely, like we have to understand the chakra system. We have to understand the breathing. I just wanna, share this thing. Like, so the one quick, actually, kind of bonus point in the science of meditation. So just forget about any breathing style. Focus on one, effortless breathing. If you just maintain effortless breathing, immediately you will get in the meditative state. It will help you a lot immediately getting in. What I mean by effortless breathing, if you're putting effort for breathing, stop it. Stop doing that. Do not put. If it's short or deep breathing, doesn't matter. Let it be, whatever it is. Hand over yourself completely. Give the control of your body to Mother Nature because this is part of Mother Nature. Give it back. I want to keep myself separate from whatever bothering me. Separate it. Let the Mother Nature breathe for you. I mean, I generally do that way. I just give myself to Mother Nature, let the Mother Nature breathe for me. It is fast, slow, deep, or short, doesn't matter. I don't care about it. Let Mother Nature take care of it. Then what? Then need to get inside. Now I have third person point of view. Now I can actually see in the situations. Then body will stop bothering you. The disturbance, my hand is paining. Let it be. Then Mother Nature will take care of it. So once you will take this approach, then this body will not be disturbing you. Then outer sound will also not be disturbing you. It's all related to the body. It's all. So the sound is coming in my ear, then it's disturbing only the conscious mind. I don't care about the conscious mind. Let it be there itself. Let it be with the body. I need to get into the inner space, unconscious, the inner space, then super conscious, the blessings part, like where I see, okay, the supreme power is with me, and then who is that? A lot of then you can ask your question to yourself, then you will see like there will be dialogues, you will be answering yourself, it will happen automatically. It will get resolved because there is no problem. There is no real problem. Believe me. The real problem is the outer world, not the inner world. The inner world is the real solution. So if you go back and then you see from inside to the outside, you'll see, oh, everything is resolved now. Now only my role is there. I need to define my role. I need to define my part. I need to define my actions now, not about what you did and past. Probably that situation was influenced by something. So you're not the only responsible. There are the other factors also. So then slowly you'll feel calm, you'll feel relaxed, and then it will be. So in that situation, the chemical reaction will change inside. Completely, it will change. Where it was destructive, now it is constructive. Where it was harming your liver, kidney, and all this because of the negative thoughts and all, now that it will start helping you, it will start healing it. And that's what I'm saying here. Healing every day. The meditation is helping us to heal every day while doing this. Okay. So now self-study I have already explained. I think like we don't need to get more into it. Yeah, but the recommendation is the best thing is easily what you can get for self-study is Srimad Bhagavad Gita. It's the easiest one. Okay. Take it as a medicine. Let's say I'm in a capsule every day. You can start reading it. I do understand it's hard to understand, but believe me, if you really interested of understanding it for your well-being, for your mental well-being, then you will start understanding. One slok is enough, but start it. I said first step will be so hard. It will be harder only. Do not expect anything, but keep doing it slowly, slowly you'll become habituated. Or you can, based on your interest, you can select some Upanishad, which is really, really very good. I mean, it's a clear cut. I really personally, like it so much than any other self-help book. But yeah, definitely there is a Robin Sharma, the other who are actually good authors, then Sri Ram Sharma Acharya ji. So these books you can find which can actually help you to, in the self study part. You can choose based on your interest and you can start doing it. One book is really I found really interesting was like Jivan Devta Ki Sadhana Aradhana, which is by Pandit Ram Sharma Acharya. published by AWGP. So I have really found it interesting, good, and it's very compact. So I do prefer that. If you want, you can actually go for that. You can actually read it. You will really enjoy it. So the next will we need to talk, right? You need to talk to the people where you feel more connected. If not, probably maybe some professional also. If you want, you should talk. Should not stop there itself. Don't solve it only by yourself. If you can get access to some professionals, some guide, some kind of expert, you should take the advantage. If you don't have access to those, definitely you need to do it by yourself. But getting a framework is the easy, it will be actually easy task for you then, because you need to maintain the motivation. Believe me, like saying is very easy, maintaining motivation, but it is really, really very hard maintaining motivation. But I do believe everyone, until you do it, you will not resolve it. So we have to do it day, maybe on day one or maybe on day 60, maybe after thousands failures, maybe after two failures, but we have to go through it. So we need to actually work out on self. Uh, so now on the program part, I said like there are definitely asanas and pranayam, mudras and meditation. I have just kept it. I said five asanas. You need to choose five asanas based on your interest so that you will start engaging physically. Surya Namaskar, definitely you can do. Pragya Yoga asanas are there based on your interest. What was it? Because I said it's an art. Defining it from my side, I can say like I can give you a few examples of the asanas which are really helpful in the mental well-being and all, but I don't want you to stuck there itself. In general, what happens? We see some, we read some blogs or someone recommends like, okay, this asana, and then we continue with that asana only. We don't change it. There is also one, I mean, in Ashtanga Yoga, there is called Pratyahar. Okay, so you need to keep changing based on, so you need to find out your five interesting asanas that you can do lifelong that can actually help you to balance your five elements. Okay, so how you'll find it? Just go for your interest. If you're liking it, keep doing it. Okay, keep doing it until if you don't have any kind of medical issues and all. If you have some, then you definitely need to get in cure. You need a guide or probably an expert who can actually guide you to help you resolve that. And then after you can choose for your daily. I'm talking about the daily routine. The daily. I mean, we need to heal daily. So healing every day, all apart. Need to figure out five asanas, whatever five asanas can be. Even the sitting asanas, Padmasana, Sukhasana, Siddhasana, Paschimottanasana. These are the five. I mean, you can select any of those asanas. Even you can put the Savasana, the other asanas are there, Bhujangasana, crocodile pose, whatever you like. You can do some search. You can ask some of the expert. You can get those five asanas. But here, I'd say Sukhasana. I have not kept here because I wanted to keep it a generic. If I'm presenting and keeping one asana, then what will happen? Next time when anyone, if they go through this video and if they have seen that only part, 4 or 5 1 minute or 2 minute of that clip, probably they'll only prefer those asanas. I don't want to keep them stuck there. So you figure out five asanas. One pranayam definitely I'll suggest here. So Anulom Vilom Pranayam, the easy one, the easily you can do. The other one is the Pranakarsan Pranayam. Probably you will not find more information about the Pranakarsan Pranayam easily on the internet. There are, but you need to learn it. The other one is called Chandravedi Pranayam, blocking the right nostril, inhaling, exhaling from the left. It really helps for the mental well-being. If someone is in the cure stage, if they do practice Chandravedi Pranayam, then they will definitely experience. So one, I mean, a bonus point here also, like when you're practicing pranayam, merge your pranayam practice with the meditation. Otherwise, you will get bored because the only activity, inhaling, exhaling will not actually help you to sit for long. So somehow we need to craft some of the script you need to get in your mind that you can play while doing pranayam. So those we need to figure out and we need to. So these things, what I'm explaining you right now, these are the important part. I said like, right? So asanas, pranayam, you have a lot of options. You can get it on internet, but how to do it and how you should craft it, this is what we all need to learn. That's why it's a science. One mudra, Gyan mudra actually helps in the thought process related, I mean, thought related things. So definitely you can do Gyan mudra. Sahaj mudra also I have found it's like very helpful. Interlocking your fingers, connecting your thumb. keeping it in your lap. It actually helps in this stage. Okay, so from here to there, from left to right, Sahaj Mudra actually helps us. It will keep you simplified. It will keep you simple, simplified, relaxed. So that also you can do in meditative state. There is called Dhyan Mudra, connecting, I mean, keeping your right palm over your left and connecting your thumb, keeping it in your lap is called Dhyan Mudra. I'm telling you, so you can actually even search about the Dhyan Mudra also on internet, you will get it. Position. It's very helpful. Dhyan Mudra is very helpful in meditation. But I would say when you're starting meditation, don't start with the Dhyan Mudra, start with the Sahaj Mudra. First, get simplified, get used to the practice of sitting for some time, engaging, pulling yourself from outside to inside. These are the most important practices in initial days. Then after that, the whole journey is yours. Then you will find it like you have a self, you know, I mean, self push, like you will be moving forward and you will be, crafting your own way of doing it. And meditation, I said, like, okay, so now we'll discuss about the crafting. Asana, I said, like, figure out, you try other asanas, but don't try to do any asana which looks excellent, adventurous. Okay, get start with the small, slow, and then slowly start doing it. And based on your interest, you can learn and you can practice. So for the meditation and for pranayam, do these two things. I'll definitely tell you how to craft it. When you're doing meditation, there are a few things which are important. So you need to understand what is called prana. So pranayam is important. So basically, when you are doing pranayam, first you need to settle down yourself. Start by pulling yourself inside from outside world. The lot of engagement of, I mean, you're engaged a lot outside, probably with your laptop, your mobile phone, your friends, your family, your responsibilities, whatever it is. Call it back, pull yourself back first, disconnect for some time. You're not leaving them, but you're disconnecting for some time. Why? Because you want to be the best version of yourself and then come back to help all of them. Okay, so that way, disconnect for some time, take a leave for some time, pull your all the attention inside. Okay, so when you will be pulling it inside, some of the part will be going out somewhere. No worries. Treat it like a small kid, a baby. It'll disturb you, but don't get irritated. Pull it back gently. Be friendly with yourself. During pranayam, keep doing it. These are not waste of time. These are training. You are training now yourself. Training takes time. Okay, so like treat yourself, your mind as a monkey, and then you're training it. Keep training. Going away, good thing. Keep practicing. Maintain the patience. It's a time for giving test. So you're giving test that time. It's a test. It's an examination happening. So keep patience, pull it back, keep doing pranayam, pull your attention all back, inside, and then close it. Then slowly from pranayam, get in the meditation. Okay, then you can hold a mudra and can start meditating. So how you do meditation? Call all the attention inside from outside. Focus on your breathing. Keep your breathing effortless. Feel it. The energy is going in, impurities are coming out. Unsolved getting solved. You're preparing yourself. Okay? You're improving, you're preparing yourself. Then imagine all the good things, like you're becoming a better version of yourself, you're purifying yourself, becoming stronger, if you becoming confident, whatever you feel like you're lacking, just think of your opposite. Now you have abundance of all those things. Energy, you have full of energy. You are connected with the unlimited source of energy. Feel it, think of it, imagine it, see yourself in that, you know, that costume of superpower, superhuman being costume. Experience it slowly and then keep yourself relaxed. Whatever is coming in, let it come in. Whatever is going out, let it go out. But now slowly get on the struggle parts, the challenges, the problems. Resolve it. Go to the reason. Find the reason of it. Okay. Resolve it. So this is time to resolve yourself. You have prepared yourself. Now you're powerful, you're confident, you're concentrated, you're focused. Everything what you need to resolve a problem is with you. Now you're ready to resolve it. See it, face it, look at that, resolve it. What is it really important for you? Yes, then break it down. If not, throw it away. Look at the other problems, what you feel. Okay, encounter it. Once it is resolved inside, believe me, you'll feel peaceful. It's like dropping the baggage. Unnecessary stuff you have, you are dropping it. Then slowly, with the practice, it will stop bothering you. Then you will resolve all most of the problems. Then you can also work out on your habits. But day one, don't get on a big habits. Start with a small habit. Taking walking for 500 steps or 200 step or 100 step and enjoy it, celebrate it, appreciate yourself. Don't look for the appreciation. No one will appreciate easily. Okay. So you should appreciate yourself. The one practice I have found was really interesting. Like when you are alone, you're doing it, you have achieved something, pat yourself, raise your hand, pat yourself and say sabas to yourself. That actually helps us. So this is how you can craft your meditation. Okay. Don't get into the complex instruction and structure. For generic, if you're starting, if someone is have been doing it, they need to look into it in their own instructions. Let's say if I have been instructing you, after some time I want you to craft your own instructions. So I should stop and you should start by yourself. You should help yourself, self guide. Then once you stop somewhere, then go back, self study, take help of the guide and others, resolve it or find some solution and then practice on it. So this is basically all about the program that what I wanted to actually discuss in this mental well-being. Definitely, there are 3 point times. Basically, the best time actually to practice is morning, midday, and evening. Whatever you suits you, you can actually do by, I mean, one time or probably you have 3 windows to practice it. Okay, meditation. I'm talking about the meditation. And so you can do it morning, midday, and evening, whatever suits you. Evening, you can do it in the exposure, like, moonlight exposure. Moon basically is helpful for resolving this problem. So we probably will discuss about these things in detail in some other workshops. Especially, we'll be having some topic related to that. But just to cover it briefly, morning is also good. So these three are known as this, Trikal Sandhya. So there are some practices like, morning you can meditate on sun, midday you can do Yog Nidra, evening you can do, can meditate on moon. These are kind of, these will can actually help you to actually do the meditation. And you can also craft your whole routine, which can actually help you. But yeah, don't get into too much routine wala part where you have a lot of list of activities to do it. Keep it simple, small. And then here we are on question and answer. So we'll welcome the questions. I'll be happy to actually answer it if I can. So any question?
Hi, I'm Srividya.
Yes.
So you have said that conscious mind, unconscious mind, and superconscious mind.
Right.
Yeah, you haven't mentioned the union of all three.
Correct. I wanted you guys to answer me. What is that? The union of all these three. Any answer?
Hmm, I guess that's the whole yourself, I guess.
Correct? Yes. So we meant to be there at the all three where it's actually junction, the union. We should be here. But generally what happens, sometimes we play in this compartment. Sorry. And sometimes we play in this compartment. Very rarely we get in this compartment. So we basically can say like we spend more time here, less here and lesser here. But we should be here at the junction. Nice. Any other question? Also, I would love to hear from you guys. Like, just give you one answer of this, but I'm not saying this is the only answer. Can be the other answer. Like, what you think is this? You can put your viewpoint. Okay, no worries. So definitely like, so, so here I said like mind, but who is in this mind? The consciousness, that is you. Who is feeling like, I mean, who is experiencing that identity? That's a you. Who is owning this body? Who is owning this mind? Who is owning the emotional layer? That is you. So who is being here? This compartment is for that one, and that is you. So yes, your consciousness, yourself, the self, this is the self which actually experience all this. Okay. It's being here. When you are calm, relaxed, content, you'll be here. Once something triggers you, some thoughts, you will jump here. If something you get remind of, or probably some past active, maybe like something triggered, and then you get here. Maybe consciously, unconsciously, you are doing something, you'll be here, right? Brushing and all, like, and but sometimes you feel no, I mean, completely, in some other world, but continuous in doing whatever we are doing. Sometimes we get feel more close to divine energy, get intuitions and all we actually experience here. So whenever we are alone and we are happy, I feel we are always, I mean, that time we are spending more time here. But when we are listening more and talking more and viewing more outside, perceiving a lot of things from outside, reading and all, it comes here. So it's an engagement. This two will be engaged here. This two also engaged here. These two are also having this compartment. So sometimes also we play here. But majorly we spend time here. But generally we should be spending time in all these three, especially, I mean, we should be here. Any other question we have? So I hope, I mean, this was
Um,
clear to everyone, right?
I have a question.
Okay.
Hi, my name is
Yeah.
Shweta. Okay, so you mentioned earlier that this meditation means imagination, right? But imagination, if I say imagination is creating a different world, which is not true, right? But
Right.
eventually we have to deal with the real world. So
Correct.
so how
Definitely.
how practical it can be?
Right. So the see, like I said, power, I mean, I said like imagination is the first stage of meditation. We have to start with that. The only challenge we have right now with the real world, if we will not imagine, something will not come out of that. So first we need to get out of that world and then we have to resolve the problems, right? Being in the problem will not help you to solve it. First we have to come out, then we have to plan it out, and then should get in to solve it. So that's why imagination actually help us to create a world where we feel we are more powerful. Probably we are not. That time the chemical reactions and everything inside our body is not making us, giving us capability of solving it. But first we have to come out of this is the beauty basically. Just imagination only can change internally and can make you feel more powerful, and then you can come back, right? It's like retreat.
So
Yeah.
okay, so finding solution in my own space. Uh,
No, it's strengthening yourself, coming out of the
okay,
zone where you feel like you are done, you are failed, you can't do
okay.
anything, I mean, helpless. From that situation coming out and building yourself, feeling like, oh, now you can do, you can come back, you can solve it again, you can resolve it, you are powerful, you are capable. So that is where helps, the imagination helps. First we need to believe. But you'll believe after, I mean, you will believe, but when once you will start imagining like you are that, then slowly you will start believing. First you will do the imagination, then you will take small action that will create the belief system. This is the whole concept, this is the mechanism basically. Imagine, imagine, act on that, and then create a belief system, and then that it will actually help you to come back and fight against those problems and resolve it. So that's why imagination is the first stage in meditation to resolve the problem.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so I think like the we don't have more questions. So this is all about this workshop today,
One
and I
question.
hope
Can
like,
I ask one question?
sorry.
Can I ask one question?
Sure, sure.
Yeah, actually, right now you explained about the imagination. So some
Hmm.
random imagination or some scientific imagination, both will work, or only the scientific imagination will work and random imagination will not work. Can you put some light on this?
Sure, sure. So basically, see, when I say imagination, it should be the constructive, I mean, which can actually make you feel more powerful, which can actually help you believe in yourself and come back. You are potentially divine, but are you feeling it? No. Then what will actually help you to feel like you're potentially divine, which will take you out of that situation and put in you the situation where you feel that you are powerful, like Brahmasmi, or like, you are the controller, or the problem you have is not a real problem. In that, I mean, in that stage, only imagination can actually help you immediately to come out of. So imagine, come out of it, and then prepare yourself, come back. So scientific, it should be scientific, it should be constructive. More than scientific, it should be constructive. It should help you to be more powerful.
Okay. If suppose I have some negative things in myself and I want to cure those negativity from my life. So what kind of
Mhm.
imagination it will work for me actually? Yeah.
Okay, so good question. First, like when there is a negativity inside, which actually, draining your energy, making you feel bad, then what happens? Basically, you start complaining. You are complaining to yourself. You are complaining. You are basically feeling like you are only I mean, you are only creating all this blunder. So, like, basically, you should stop believing that you are the only reason of those problems. Should also see that you are one of the part of that problem. You are not the only creator of that problem. Now you need to resolve it. So this is how. So once you start feeling like you are one of the part of, once you imagine that this is not only you, the whole world is also engaged in that act. You are only one actor. There were many actors. There were many factors. If you start imagining that, if you start feeling like, okay, now I'm not the only one. Then you will stop, basically treating yourself as a villain. Then you can actually treat yourself as a hero. Then you should imagine like, oh, now you are a hero. You're superhuman. You're supreme power. You are the god. You are the someone who is the controller. Then only your action and your basically approach will be positive. Otherwise, like, if someone who did the mistake, if they feel like, I mean, if you believed that you are the only, creating all the problem, then you will not be able to resolve it, because you will accept it as it is. You have to stop believing in that and start believing in, like, you can actually resolve it, you can change it. So that belief we need, that's why. So getting in the positive side of yourself. See, negative and positive is will be there inside. Ev- Everyone, no one can be completely, no one can be, completely positive. If you have positive, let's say, I'm just giving it on that scale of 10. If you are 10 positive, then you will be 10 negative, balance 0. So that will be there. But how we manage it, it's our choice. So we have to flip all the time. So taking advantage of what we have, it's what. So imagination actually helps us there. Come out of and then start doing all the, constructive activities than destructive activities.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you everyone. So I hope that you have all enjoyed the session. I tried my best to, I mean, present it, but I know I have not covered everything here. There are a lot of things to be covered, but we were having less time and I thought of doing it. So, okay, thank you so much, everyone.